Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to Raids 3 Day 5, and today we're going to be going with the same team as yesterday, basically a skull poke team focused around getting Mang as quickly as possible and then hitting as many skulls as we can. So we'll be maintaining that, has worked out pretty well. Still might end up putting a skeleton with it. Again, my biggest concern with that, as mentioned yesterday, was if we put a skeleton in there, we were starting to reach such a high attack value that they may gain more value than what we get out of the skulls. Because we die in 2 hits, and it accidentally getting a rogue skull would probably be pretty bad. Whereas at least Azurus gets to target where specifically it gets to do its skulls. So let's go and try doing that. Of course, as I mentioned, we do die in 2 skulls. So yeah, definitely have to be very careful around every single skull we see. Oh, well, right off the bat, that's pretty good luck. If we could keep that up, that'd be great. Valraven on the very first battle. So that's nice. Of course, that gives us 2 extra battles if we actually win. Though we do actually have to win. I'm trying to get a cascade here, but then I just kind of realized we can't get it. So I'm just going to take a round and see what we can do from there. The skull I am tempted to take because it has such a high attack value, so we will go for it. There's a 15% chance we could have instant killed it there too, which was worth at least attempting. I got to be careful not to accidentally give it yellow as well. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but definitely should be avoided if we can. So we can move that over. Well, there goes more yellow. There's the last of the red we need though, so we'll go grab that, get a Mang down, and as long as he doesn't get full mana, we should be good to go. So we'll go throw that down, and there would have been an extra turn there if we didn't get that single 3 down there. But we can simply go for that skull, and that's a Valraven dead. Now the only concern is everything else. So we'll go kill that. As long as he doesn't go for our summoner. As long as we keep our hero and our summoner, that's mainly it. If we lose the Azuruses, that makes almost no difference. Problem is I need green to actually feed her, though. That or get Azuruses to full mana, which we just reached, and now we can just go and fill that up. Also, hello Patrick, hello Captain, hello Calvera, hello Cody, hello Max, hello Paul, hello Trey, and hello William. Welcome all. Hope you've all been having a very good day today. It's been starting to get really nice out lately, too. Oh wait, why did I take brown? Oh wait, never mind, that's fine. Us taking brown is perfectly fine. Though this board is not, however. How do we do this? I guess we move this down. Trying to get skulls next to each other. It doesn't appear to be working out that well. Oh, hello, purple. Oh, there we go. Well, that works out. He does not have reduction, but we do not have enough damage because his 10% moves him to... Oh, no, that's bad. Okay. How do we do this, then? I think I don't take that skull. I think the way we play this out is we do this ability on him. He takes skull, we take extra turn, then he throws instant kill, or some kind of order like that. The biggest issue here is if he single shot kills my hero, we're in trouble. So let's do that in a slightly different order then. Let's do that first. That is exactly what I wanted you not to do. Well then, still winnable. Still very much winnable. And never mind, Agile, good job. Okay. This is going to be another one of those days where they get like 4 Agiles in a row. Yeah, we could actually lose this now. It is definitely losable if he keeps Agiling. There we go. Okay, never mind. Yep, we get 1 skull. If he hits us even once, we lose. So we'll go grab that. Good, he left skulls there. We can get it down again. And now we just have to kill the Zugoff. The only way we could really realistically kill Zugoff, though, is if we get another skull, like, right now. Somehow. Somehow. Go, skull, go! Let's see. I guess I take this red, hope a skull goes, like, right there. Or hope he does something that moves into place. Ooh, okay. That is really bad. We only have 1 Azurus to do this. And I have no way of killing him. We only have 33 damage. So there's no way we're going to be able to do enough damage to him. Even if we get a skull at this point, it's barely going to do anything. Yep, and he gets it. No! Well then. That's quite unfortunate. That was just the, that was the battle for the 2 sigils too. Really? Oh well. Same exact team again as well. Interesting. Normally it switches up whenever you lose one like that. Well, round 2, I guess. Biggest mistake there was thinking that we could get away with not casting her. I did that so that she could do a summon on whatever spot was left. But, of course, they end up going for her. So I really should have done her on the boss. So worst comes to worst, we at least get points for that. Because the way I did it, we got no points for what we did there. Or not no points, but, you know, we don't get as many because we didn't do as much to the boss. Oh, you know what? I should have manged first. Well, I guess he wouldn't have taken that regardless, but... I have to take the skull, so we'll go grab that. Oh, and he still gets a skull out of it. I was doing that so he wouldn't get one, but that didn't quite work out, now did it. Well, I'll go throw this down. Let's actually throw this at him again. Skull, we don't even need to do the thing for. We get to go manually take it. Don't... Okay, good. That's perfect. Or not well, yeah, I guess that's fine. It's better than some of the options, that's for sure. So we'll take some of that mana. Nice little cascade. I can go for not another kill. It's going to be a little damage short, but we can easily go and use the what's her name for that. So we'll poke it with that. 5 HP. It did not agile this time. Yay. Oh, we actually would have won the other battle if he didn't agile there when he did the previous battle. Okay, random skull kills that out. Please don't hit last slot. Okay, we're still in it. Well, barely. I guess we take red first so that we can go and block less of its mana. Take that over. Now we just need to get full mana and go from there. Taking a skull is near pointless right about now, so we'll just move that over. Go for the poke. And we'll need one more of those. He's not going to be that useful, but he might be a good meat shield. So if nothing else, he could do that. There we go. Meat shield, go! So he blocks that one hit. We'll go get another summon. As long as he doesn't get full mana here, we should be okay. And he doesn't, so good to go. We'll go throw the poke at him again. And one more will do it. And at this point, we could just skull kill him if we really had to. Worst come to worst. Let me take that first, actually. Well, we're still taking the exact same move, so we'll go take the red. Throw this down. Or do we even throw it down? What do you create? Red and purple. Well, we need yellow right now. I mean, green. Well, I guess now we could technically work with purple. You don't use purple, right? So we could maybe get this to land on purple. The answer is no, because it creates way too little. Also, that new troop creates 8 and 8 of red and purple. This one only creates 5 and 5. That is so pitiful in comparison. We'll go throw that down. Take our purple that we need. Double skulls. Okay, only a poke out of it. He actually technically could still win if we're not careful. That's very, very unlikely. That's still possible. Oh, there goes our Azurus. I was just about to go use him. It's like, oh, we still have Azurus. No, we do not. I'll go take that, I guess. At least take away his mana, if nothing else. If we can't do anything. Let's see. Also, hello, Ray. Hello, Derek. And hello, Patrick. Let's see. Keeper of Souls might have worked better on the first battle. My biggest issue with Keeper of Souls is mainly the fact that he summons a white, which is more often than not actually a bad thing, not a good thing. Because if we specifically need to scroll spam, we are likely using our hero. And I wouldn't want to accidentally summon something in front of my hero in case the Dust Devils do something weird or anything like that. As far as bounty games, yeah, we'll be doing some bounty games after this. We're currently doing raids at the moment. We always do whatever the guild-related thing is during the nightly stream. But yeah, we'll be doing some of the bounty hunter later on. It's just the same battle over and over again. But I do need to get some of that grind down, so we'll do some of it tonight, might as well. We've still been using the same standard team for that with the Yalgway and everything. We'll go move that. Take a skull. Get a summon. Oops, that's not an extra turn. I almost just took that. That would have been a huge fail. And let's go get a summon in there. Actually, do I take a skull first? It's not like he's going to go crazy. He can't feed mana into anything. Let's go move that over. Just take away all this. Too bad we can't use all this mana he's creating. We don't use it on a single troop. And there we go. An Azurus. We're going to form our exact team that we started with at this rate. Well, actually, we can't because we can't get a Mang, but we're trying at least. She's definitely trying. He just does not want to die, though. Mainly because all we have are these little skull pokes. And I guess her ability too, but her ability does nearly nothing. Actually, does less than the skull pokes, is how little damage she does. So we'll go take ourselves some green, try for an extra turn, didn't get it, it'll just move whatever. And we need to find another green so we can actually get full mana. That or a really huge purple. Neither of which are available. There we go, now we get some green. It didn't surge though, but we do have all the skulls we need for now. If he had an extra turn there, that would have been very useful. Well, no green we could directly take, but we can take purple, so we'll go grab that, get a new first slot, and then go throw some skulls down. Never mind, we're doing it first. And there we go. Killed off with skulls. Off the troll of skulls. The double scoller. Okay. Double mantis. Mantis is so annoying, but we'll go right back into it. The raids fights can be a little bit longer, yeah. The biggest issue normally with raids, more so than any other game mode, or out of all the game modes that they added in the most recent patch, is it's basically mandatory to use Mang. Like, you can't really get away with this late in the battles using anything other than Mang. And there's a lot less choices. This week's a little bit better because there's so many skull-related things. So we actually do have a little bit of variety like we have been using the last few days. Though I think I might be sticking with this at this point. But at least we do have a little bit of selection on some of the weeks. But yeah, more often than not, there is very, very little that is actually usable in these days. Because you're forced into some kind of Mang team, and you only have to use within the kingdom. And most kingdoms do not have that many troops. Most of them are around about 8 to 12 troops. There are some with as many as, I believe, about 16, but still, whenever it's a certain type, it's normally about 20 to 30, maybe even 40 troops they can choose from. Not to mention, during invasions, you don't actually have to use Mang. While it is still very beneficial to use Mang in that game mode, it's not as required as it is in this game mode. And the main reason it's so required in this game mode is mainly because the raid boss gets such high stats that you kind of have to use it. You get it for free at 40 brown, 40 red mastery, but still, it's annoying that it's near mandatory. Could you imagine if it was a weapon that barely anyone had, and it was near mandatory to run? That would just be insane. Luckily, at least it is pretty obtainable, if nothing else, but still. Very little other than it really functions properly. At least once you start getting to the really late battles in it. What do we move around? I guess we'll take another red then. Which class do I use? Normally I use Archer fully traded because the 15% bullseye chance to instantly kill. This works really well prior to actually having all your skulls. And the 50% starting mana, which you should pretty much always be running on your hero. Almost every situation it is beneficial to have that. And ever since they added the buff to hero class, the most recent patch, you can get 50% starting mana consistently on pretty much any hero class that you want. Also, that was really bad that you just got a kill right there. Or not every hero class, but you know, there's a lot of that naturally have 50% start, like Titan and Archer and Mechanist class and stuff like that. Okay, so he got a kill. That is pretty bad, and we're going to need to skull him down, which means this could take a while. But as long as we get the raid boss down, that is one of the main things that matter. As long as he doesn't kill out the last slot that we have going on here. Please do not hit her. Okay, all is good. He did not go for the smart kill. So we are safe for now. I don't have any extra turns around. I could go take purple. I don't have any drop to go take purple, though. Oh, yes, I do. I get to go grab that. There we go. He gets a bit of mana out of it. But it's worth it for the cast. And we'll just go throw that at him. Oh, gosh. Why? What are these two summons? They're like the worst two things underneath Undead. Or at least among them, anyways. There's a lot of really horrible things underneath Undead. It's hard to really tell which one's the absolute worst because there's so many bad things under it. It's why Xenos is near useless. There's just nothing underneath the category that's actually useful. Or at least very, very, very few options. But yeah, I need him to kill out this zombie. That or I'm just never going to use it. All it does is remove all the skulls from the board, which is the exact opposite of what we need to be doing. I need to put as many skulls onto the board, not off the board, so that we can actually do some damage to him. Because that's the only way we can do damage at this point, pretty much, other than her poking for nearly 0 damage, which I do have to do. Skull, do I go for it? Probably not. We'll go and just, I guess, take a green over. See what else we have laying around. Take a brown to a purple. Nothing else, he can at least kill out the skeleton, which, I mean the zombie, which will be beneficial. Gonna move that over, move that over, move that down, free skull poke, for almost no damage, but at least it is some damage. Let's go get a summon in there, throw it just right in him. There we go, slightly better. Not exactly that much. Well, you know what? Actually, that isn't too bad. It's kind of like a Mang in that he destroys all the armor of an enemy. The only difference is he does not do any attack gain afterwards. But it's basically a Mang for 11 mana cost instead of 15. So I guess it's not too horrible. Actually, that's pretty decent. Hello, Sea Dog. Welcome. Also, hello, Mystic. Do you have to start taking off bounty troops after reaching mythic cards? Since reaching 70 points, his cards are tough. Generally, what I do for the battles for Bounty Hunter is for the first 8, I run with 4. For the next 8, I run with 3. And for the final 4, and just repeating the final battle over and over again, I run with 2. This week, I am running with 3 for all of them. Because someone ended up suggesting a team, and with Yagwe, just completely based around Yagwe. And the new troop that was added is so decent that we are now able to just run Yagwe with it every single time. So if you don't have a Yagwe, definitely consider getting it soon. Because with the new troop that came into Bounty Hunter, it's actually really good for Bounty Hunter. It's basically as good for Bounty Hunter as Mang is for raids right now. So it's definitely really good to have around if you don't already have a copy. So by the time next week comes, oh, come on, I was about to go use that. Figures, we'd get something good and then that kills. But yeah, by the time the next Bounty Hunter comes around, you'll want to make sure you have a Yagwe if you don't already. Because it, with the new troop that came in today, is actually really, really good. Oh, why did I not take green? Not even paying attention to what we need. Okay, let's go and get a new summon here. Also, well, this battle is taking forever. Hey, speaking about useless Xenos, we got an Xenos. It's not completely useless, though. Actually, given what we have as our other options, it's pretty decent compared to the rest of our team right now. It is the second best thing on our team, which is pretty sad. We'll go take a ride, I guess. Of course, he'll go grab that. I want to throw this down, but I feel like it's going to be a waste because it's just going to block my mana. Problem is I don't really have too many other options on the board, so yeah, we'll just go grab this, I guess. Get our mana that we need. We get it right back anyways. Take the purple. That gives us Xenos and some of her mana. And I guess we'll go get a cast right now, just to get some poke in there. It's not actually going to get a kill or anything like that. Oh, or could we set it up for a kill, though? Doesn't he do something? No, he only summons undead. That's not too particularly useful, since he's not actually going to get that aspect off. Oh, we'll go for a poke, steal some life. We can actually do 61 true damage now, but he's probably not going to live long enough to get it off. Never mind, he's already dead. Well, I was right in that saying that then. Well then, that didn't take long for him to die down. Well, I guess we'll go poke him twice. We have the ability to go do the second one. And after that, he'll only have one really annoying mantis to have to deal with. Good thing he doesn't do anything. Could you imagine if this guy did absolutely anything at all? Even if it was like 5 damage to a random enemy, we'd already be dead by now. I'll go move that over. The fact that his ability has no secondary effect is what's actually allowing us to win these pretty easily. If it did absolutely anything on its secondary effect, we would be long gone. Could you imagine if it did HP? Like, just 5 HP, he'd already be invincible by now. With more HP than we could ever kill. Bone Dragon. Out of everything we could get in first slot, that's about one of the best things underneath Undead. Not only does it automatically freeze him whenever he takes a skull, which will be helpful to make sure he doesn't loop since he loops on yellow. It'll also allow us to skull him. And he still has armor left, so we will be able to get that down. So, yeah, that should work out then. The only problem is I can't take any of his mana. So we'll have to try finding it. And he'll keep denying it. And we just need one more. And even after taking away some of that armor, we're still good to go. And there we are. Skull, skull. We can get 3 skulls in. That's still not enough to even break through his armor. Actually, we just barely break through it. Nope, not even. 6 left because the armor saved his armor. Well, let's go and get her up then. Never mind. Oh, yeah, there we go. He did not go for the skull poke either. Actually, so much so, I'll go take it then. And still 113 HP. He just does not want to go down. Let me take that free turn, though. Oh, wait, never mind. I thought we had Azurus. Whoops, never mind. We do not have Azurus. Or at least not with full mana, anyways. Alright, we'll try getting out another Bone Dragon before he dies. It'll be a lot less effective, though, without him having armor. We'll still be able to get some skulls. Though we don't have anywhere to go do it, so I guess we'll wait. Delay to turn. He gets a skull out of it, of course. Even through his freeze, he still finds a way to extra turn off a blue. So there's no green around. I'll go try setting it up, though, so we can take it the following turn. And he does that perfectly for us, actually. But it doesn't surge, and then he denies us. And I guess we'll just take a purple, throw an Azurus, throw her, see what we get for first slot. That's actually not too bad, because it steals all of its mana. No, drains their mana, and he gains half. So that's actually not going to be too bad. He has a really low mana cost, but still, that at least drains it so we don't have to deal with him. It also covers some colors we haven't been covering, like blue, which will be quite useful. Though I think we're going to win before he even gets to do anything. It does seem to be that way. So we'll go through his skull, and I believe that's enough damage. And down it goes. Well, that was annoying. Oh, you're at the 70-point battle. Oh, okay. I thought you meant something else by that. I didn't realize you meant that. Which one is the 70-point battle? Actually, don't know which one that is. Let me see in Bounty Hunter. Fight. 70-point. If you're getting stuck at 70-point, then you should probably just be building the best team you can out of the one troop that comes in with the event. So basically, you'd want to build whatever triple team you have that's the strongest that you would normally build in PvP, followed by the one new troop that came in, the what's it called? The Feral Hound is what you would end up using with it. But yeah, basically just Feral Hound with triple of whatever your base team would be. Like a Gorgolfa followed by like 2 damage sources or anything like that. Because if you're struggling at them that early, you need to basically just be using your normal team with whatever your one-off is. Similar to how you would do the event, where you would just use a simple 3-pair team. Or you use a simple team of 3, and then one other troop to utilize whatever extra bonus you get. You would need to do the same thing for that then, if you're losing at that battle. Also, hello, Haley, welcome. What tier did you go with? For the raids? For raids, we went to tier 3. For Bounty Hunter, we went to tier max. We went to 7 tier. I didn't buy multiple of it, but I went all the way to 7 tier. But yeah, for this, we only went to tier 3, as you can see right here. And that's mainly because it goes up to the weapon, and I just don't want to craft the weapon. I want to have the weapon, but I don't want to craft it, so I just spend 250 gems on this each week, or, you know, whenever it comes around, just so we get all the unique rewards, because it gives you a new troop and it gives you a new thing. The only reason I go all out on Bounty Hunter is because you get all the rewards from these, and it is very good value, at least later in the game when you don't have much else to throw your gems at. It is pretty decent value to go for those for people, like, in super late game. For most people, it's not really worth going this far with, but for me it is, so I actually do go all the way to tier 7. I don't multi-buy it, but I do go all the way to tier 7. And we're actually still in 82nd place. We're still in top 100, even after everyone doing their things. We calculated out earlier. By the end of this, if we use all of our battles, we should be at about 250,000. And that doesn't count the 8 battles that we would get from extra sigils as well from tomorrow and the following day. But yeah, we should be at minimum 250,000 by the time we use all of our points. So, yep, still got a good ways to go on that, but it should be around where we end up once we finish everything out. Anyways, let's head back to the raid battles. We have one left in which, unless we find a, what's it called? A Val Raven. And then we'll head over to Bounty Hunter and some PvP. Oh, Val Raven. Okay. Well, we had 2 Val Raven fights so far. This is the second one. We ended up losing the first one, unfortunately. So hopefully we will not lose this one, because I need those extra 2 battles. I think my guild is very close to the next reward too, which is why I haven't opened it yet. I don't believe we've actually reached it. Now, it's not the hardest raids week yet. So far, I think the hardest raids week was last week. First raids week ever was the easiest. Second one was the hardest, and this one's kind of mid-tier between the 2. There are definitely some excessively hard kingdoms out there that it could give us, though. Actually, what will the next raids be? Let me go double check that. It's 3 weeks from now, so let me go double check what the next raid specifically will be. I'm kind of curious. Will it be easier or harder than this week? I guess it's harder, because there's a lot of really bad kingdoms. Let's see. Next week is Adana. So, let's see. 3 weeks. So, Adana, Silverglade, Sword's Edge. Interesting. Very interesting. That is the right one, right? Or did I miss it by one? Yep, it is Sword's Edge. Interesting kingdom. Probably Queen Jezebel spam will be around what I will use. Something based similar to that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure some kind of Queen Jezebel over and over and over again is likely what I'm going to be using. Like double Queen Jezebel, one other troop in the extra damage, or obviously Mang too. Oh! Oh, never mind. Oh, wow. That's going to be super strong then. We can just use Mang with Queen Jezebel. It has no mana conflict, and we can just keep doing our skull damage constantly. Oh, that's going to be good. Never mind. Sword's Edge Week's going to be easy. It's going to be super, super easy if you have Queen Jezebel. Without Queen Jezebel, that's going to be quite annoying. Though the new raids troop for next raids actually has a summon of Queen Jezebel, so even if you don't have her, you technically have her. But yeah, the next week's raids troop, or 3 weeks from now, you know, next raids, but it's 3 weeks from today. But it deals magic +2 damage to an enemy, and of course if they're a boss, does the standard 3 to 5 times more damage, based on Ascension. But it has a 50% chance to summon a Queen Jezebel, which is going to be ridiculously good, because Queen Jezebel into Mang buff is just super, super high damage. Again, you'll be forced to have to use Mang, but that's kind of a given at this point, that is required to use Mang in this game mode. And they don't seem to be trying to get away from that meta at all. If anything, they're almost encouraging it next time, next raids, because you'll have such easy access to Queen Jezebel, who will be able to utilize that skull damage very easily. But this battle's going very easy. Wow, this is the easiest battle we've had yet. And that's match. Wow, that went too smooth. Good thing, because that gives us 2 Valraven fights. Also, how close are we? Ah! I wonder if anyone in my guild's here right now. Come on, we need that last little bit. I don't know if we'll reach it by the end of the stream. Probably not. We'll open it tomorrow, and then the other one probably on either later on Saturday or on Sunday. But we're so close. We're so ridiculously close. But we're not there yet. Pretty sure no one on my guild's even in the leaderboard. I don't think anyone actually tries for it on my guild. At least for these. For Bounty Hunter, maybe. But for this, probably not. Let's see, it's 30,000. Nope, my closest is 23,000. Actually, where are we? Oh, never mind, we're all the way up there. We're actually at 9 right now. And we'll probably be at around, like, 6 by the time we do all of our battles. Anyways, let's go and continue. Oops, a Dust Devil. Definitely got to go and switch up for that. Move everything in place, and should be good to go. Oh, that annoying Ancient Golem. Look at his true damage. 72 plus a 4 times boost ratio. Anything he touches dies. I do have to say, out of everything they've ever had as a secondary kind of troop within the this game mode, Ancient Golem is surprisingly the most annoying. Mainly because it has the instant kill by the time you get this late. So if it casts even once, every cast it does, it gets a kill. Unless you had some kind of insane HP buffer. But on a week like this, there's nothing that could give us that much HP. Other than maybe our hero, but then we have to give up Mang, which we can't do. Oh, wow, he took a skull already. I was going to say, wait, how's that already almost dead? It's because he hasn't used the Dust Devil yet. Okay, good. If he would have gotten another skull there, we would have just been, like, instantly done right when the battle started. That would have been really bad. Okay. Let's see if I can get instant skull hit. Oh, I didn't get bullseye on him. We need to go get Mang and then go from there. So we'll go throw this down, throw it at the boss, of course, because what else would we target it at? Get the kill. And, well, at least we get to one-shot everything other than him. Though he is the biggest threat, though. Well, we'll go through this, get some damage down. If nothing else, if we at least lose, we get some points out of it. Unlike that one battle where we lost and didn't get anything out of it. Or at least not as much because we didn't go for the pokes. There we go. Very nice. Now I need to go and poke him with any damage and then we'll be good to go. Could even use her for that if I really had to. Oh, please don't hit him. Okay, good. Out of everything he could have hit, that's the least consequential. So let me go throw a Mang at him just so we don't, just so we can one-shot him if we even get the chance. Oops, I actually could have stopped him from getting that. But we'll go summon. I need him to hit not our hero. As long as he doesn't hit our hero, we'll be fine. Okay, of course it hits our hero. Well then, that's quite unfortunate. That is definitely quite unfortunate. At least we can do some damage to him. How much damage is that? Like 30? 40. It's around 40 damage. I'd be better off just trying to find a purple at this point, but yeah, I guess we'll just hunt for green and throw that down for a little bit. And just get a skull here, I guess. Move that over first. Oh! Aw, there's no extra turn? All this board right here, and there's no extra turn to go take. Oh, but we can double skull. Oh, there we go. Okay, apparently there is extra turn. Hidden in all that mess. I don't think that was visibly within sight, though. I can take a yellow to the brown, too. That's not really worth it, though. Purple Surge would be, but there's no purple around that I can go take, so we'll just throw a skull at him. It's not enough to kill, and whatever he touches dies. Oh, and you just killed my summoner. Well, that brings us pretty close to death. Though I do get a kill at least. And it's still winnable. Very barely, but it is still winnable. I want to take that yellow to purple. I'm going to hope he doesn't take it. I can almost guarantee he's going to interrupt it. Actually, so much so I'm actually going to take it. Because if he gets that, we would have instantly lost. So I don't want him taking that. There's a low chance that he would have, but you never know. And he was probably going to ruin it even if I did leave it there. So we'll go take a brown. Because they were both the colors he needed. If we can get 2 more of these cast down somehow, we'll be good to go. Oh, very nice. Now I just need to find a brown somehow. And we win. Oh, we actually got all of our purple back. I could just take a purple surge into our cast, and that should be the win. I think that's enough damage. If it's not, we lose. Let's see. I can actually draw this battle and still get the full amount of points. If he instant kills that and then kills this with a skull, I think it'll be a draw. But how much damage is this? 7 times boost ratio based on every undead in Naga, right? I think that's actually enough damage. No, it's poisoned and death-marked enemies. No, never mind. It doesn't boost based on that. That's what, that's what's her name boosts based on. He doesn't boost based on anything that we can actually get. So he only does 32 damage. 10 HP. 1 versus 1. He might seriously take a skull. I wonder what happens then. It should count as a lose, but we get the full amount of points, is what should happen. Also, if we would have gotten a Valraven, we wouldn't have gotten the Valraven, though we didn't get a Valraven. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what happens, though I do not want to find out. Oops. Oh no, oh no. I could have made it so he couldn't have got that. Okay, he didn't take a skull. So yeah, we win. Barely. I'm not going to let him take a skull. We could go test to see what would happen, but no, it's not worth a lose, that is for sure. And down it goes. What should have happened if that was to happen? If he was to kill us, but we kill him off with the reflect damage, it should count as a lose. We do not get the Valraven. But we still get the full amount of points for killing him. And that's likely what would have happened. But anyways, let's go back into this. Oh, it's already reordered. I don't even need to change it. Perfect. And unless we have a Valraven here, that is our final battle. We would have added another 2 if we actually would have gotten the first Valraven. But unfortunately, it did escape. Or it didn't escape, it's just we lost the battle, which is the same as escaping. Except even worse. Because that's like 3 losses all in one. Okay, skull. Do I even need to use it? Probably not. Double brown, no. We'll just take a green. Please get full mana already. We'll just go to take it like that, I guess. He gets a poke. Oh, that's really bad. 1 more and we're already down. I hate that so much. How much they hit us with skulls. Any skull is just instant dead. Well, we'll go take this skull. At least we can do the same thing back to them. Instantly kill them pretty much in every skull we do. Though that's not going to be enough damage for that one. Alright, we'll go throw a poke right here. Get an Azarus in there in a second. So far... Ooh. We have a problem. That's going to give him a skull. Oh, no, it won't, because he gives the blue cascade. That's fine. We go for that. He doesn't get it. And now we need to try figuring out what we need to do with all this mess. I can take a skull in only 1 location. Well, 2, technically. I guess we just lower this down then, just to play it safe. As long as he doesn't get a brown there, we're fine. And he doesn't get it. Perfect. We'll take another skull. Of course, agile. Why? Why must he do this? I think we might have lost to that agile. Pretty sure we just lost to that agile right there. As long as he doesn't double agile. Okay, we're fine. And that's match if he doesn't kill us right now. And he doesn't. And that's match. There we go. Well, no Valraven. But we get the final kill in there. And there we go. And what does that bring us up to? We are currently at boss level 250. And we have 14,758. That's not too bad. I think the lower of the leaderboard's actually around 250, I think. Somewhere around there. Let's see. 3, 3, 3, 255, 3, 175. Yeah, that's not too bad then. And of course, we did that with a lot less battles. Let's see. Has anyone reached 500 yet? Nope. No one has actually reached 500 yet. You can easily tell if it's a bad week or if it's a difficult week by if anyone has hit 500 yet. It's pretty much the best example of it. Because if anyone has hit 500, you know it's an easier week, especially if multiple people have. If you see 0 people or barely anyone at 500, you know it's a harder week. Yeah, it's mainly because even if you do use skulls, which is basically the strategy you have to use, you normally would just get bad luck, even if you use like a skeleton. That's why I was trying to stay away from skeleton and was trying to use Azuruses a bit more. But if you try using skeleton, you try using Keeper of Souls, you try using Bone Dragon or something, you're so easily going to give the enemy skulls, which will backfire. Even if you end up getting like 5 skulls in a row, you're probably going to give the enemy like 1 or 2, and that's enough to kill out your hero. Hello, Danny. Welcome. Anyways, let me go do dungeons real quick before I forget, and then let's head over to do some raids. Might as well. So these won't take that long. It'll take like 2-3 minutes to clear these out. Knight Coronet, Mang, Queen, and Anu. I don't think I will be using Anu for it, to be honest. I'm going to be building it a lot more just around pure Mang and getting the mana you need for Mang. My plan for that week, at this current moment in time, for next raids, will probably be Mang, double Queen Jezebel, and the standard 3x damage troop is likely what I will be using for it. It may change up slightly depending on what kind of things the enemy uses, but that is likely around what I will be using. Because the main thing that will matter is spamming Queen Jezebel as many times as you possibly can on Mang is pretty much 100% of your damage. And the Bounty Hunter troop is actually going to be really good to use next week, mainly because it does have a chance of summoning Queen Jezebel. So if worst comes to worst, you can win just by spamming Queen Jezebel. The only slight issue with that, and something I might actually change up for once, not fully certain on it, I might run Mang in 3rd slot, which is probably the weirdest place ever to put him. But the reason for that is if we do Mang in 3rd slot, we can use Queen Jezebel, Mang, and then the new troop that's coming in. The bounty troop. I mean, not the bounty, the rage troop. There's too many game modes. But the bounty hunter troop for next raids. I mean, the rage troop for next raids. With what I just mentioned. Double Queen Jezebel, Mang, using probably Archer hero class with a with the new troop that's coming in. And I'm pretty sure that will be my team. And we could just keep spamming Queen Jezebel at our hero. Not fully certain on that yet, though. I don't know, maybe I'll just run Mang in 1st slot. My biggest concern with that always is it'll just die out, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. Of course, the other issue is what if the boss ends up hitting it. And there's currently no hero class with Stealthy. That would actually be really, really strong if they did, because we could start using it for raids if they were to add one. But at this current moment in time, no hero class is Stealthy, so it is impossible for your hero to have that trait. But they will probably add it eventually, and it'll be really good for raids in specific. Especially if it starts with half mana in any way. Though it probably wouldn't. But even just having Stealthy would be pretty nice. Anyways, we did all that, got our little thingy, and I think we're good to go. I X out of all that. And let's go over to Bounty Hunter then, and mess around with that a few times. But as far as Bounty Hunter, currently we've been running with, we're running with Ice Wraith Parrot, the Feral Hounds, and the Yagwe. And this is a 23 times boost ratio, which is not that bad. It could go as high as 24 times. Realistically, 24 times is the highest boost ratio you could ever have in this game mode, because it will be literally impossible to ever run 4 of them, unless some kind of ridiculously great combo ever was created out of Bounty Hunter troops, which could happen. The more Bounty Hunter troops they add, the more likely there will be a ridiculous combo. But at the current moment in time, 3 is the absolute most you could ever get away with. But ever since they added this most recent one, there is now a very cool concept that we can do, which every single Bounty Hunter from now on, and that is, if you have a Yagwe, you can run Feral Hound plus Yagwe, which is enough to win literally every battle in this game mode. So yeah, that's pretty heavy score then, that we can consistently use. A little bit hard getting the mana initially, but after that point, it's pretty much just a cakewalk. There we go, got over mana, and now we just start hitting like a tank, and easily carry through the entire battle. And get that down every single time. That does our thing, and we just keep spamming that until we win. It's as simple as that. It does require Yagwe, unfortunately. There isn't much of a replacement. I guess technically you could go with Dragon Soul and such, and some of the other red purples. Could even go with like Worldbreaker and other things, but if you have a Yagwe, you definitely want to run that for this. But yeah, I would actually consider Yagwe a lot more valuable now ever since they added this thing, because it is a pretty core Bounty Hunter troop now. Okay, let's go, and I do have alignment, so I'll throw that down. Get a last bit of our mana. And that's it. Yale? Yeah, I say his name really weirdly. This is his name. Y-A-O-G-U-A-I. I know I say that completely wrong. I'm almost 100% certain, however I pronounce it, is completely incorrect. But yeah, him. That guy. However you say that name. He's from Shintang. He's one of the 2 legends from that kingdom. Next Shintang event, I believe, is coming up as well. So if you don't have him, you might be able to event key for him in the near future. Never mind. When is the next Shintang? This does not go ahead that far. Oh, I was thinking Silverglade. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, Shintang isn't for a while. Silverglade is 2 weeks from now, though. Not next week, but the following week will be Silverglade. That was the one I was thinking of. Never mind. Yeah, Shintang, I have no clue when Shintang's coming around. But hopefully he'll be in the Soul Forge or something. Definitely highly advise getting him before next Bounty Hunter if you don't already have him. And of course, make sure you have at least 1 copy of this guy. Let's see. We'll move that over. Oh wait, why did I... I have such a habit, because I use purple on all my main teams whenever I do normal PvP teams. So I always have the habit of going for purple. Just passively. And that doesn't work with this team, because we actually do not use purple on this. We use it in the fact that we convert it, but we do not use it in the fact that nothing actually accumulates that mana on our team. Can you please cast? Please cast! There you go. Okay, that gives our mana right back up. That gets our mana right back up again. No extra turn? I guess I throw it a 3rd time then. Can you barrier something other than that? There you go. Except it missed, unfortunately. No alignment that's worth going for. We'll cast it down again. Again, we miss. But the board's set up for everything we need. And now we can finally start doing something. Unfortunately, he has already gotten so much value down, but should still be able to make it work. We'll go through this again. Hopefully barrier the other one. There we go, good. Now I need it to re-barrier itself again. Do I throw this Yogway? Yeah, we go for it. I think we actually turn right there, yeah. So we get that up, throw this down. It's probably going to miss, but at least it gives us the following turn. So we can just use that, throw it down again, keep repeating until we win. And that'll be that. Actually, we could solo the entire thing with just these 2. We don't even need anything else. These 2 and nothing else is enough to win. Actually, it's almost better with just those 2 because it makes it a higher chance that we'll barrier one of them if there's only those 2 remaining, which is kind of funny. But yeah, the team is almost stronger with just the 2 of them. Oh, until he does that. Until he randomly hits me with a skull and kills it. Yeah, he's about to up to 1-shot Fairish Rod too. I can actually lose this battle. Don't you dare get full mana. Okay, go throw that down. And there we go. Almost lost, but no, we got it. And we still had quite a bit more damage to go take. We still had a whole nother cast and a whole nother skull take as well on that board. I keep like double checking the team, thinking something different will appear. It's really strange that Bounty Hunter is the exact same battle over and over again. I still do not understand that. Oh, there we go, a Valraven. Ha! It did that just to prove me wrong. And now it's not the exact same battle, but you get the point. It's pretty much the exact same battle other than a Valraven occasionally appearing. What website do you use to see the kingdoms that come up? Oh, it's the first one in the description. The first one, the Terran's, what is it called? The Terran's World, or whatever that first link is. The one that says upcoming troop info. The very first link. I always keep it there because everyone always asks for it. But yeah, it's always the first link in the description of my every stream I do. Or at least every Gems of War stream. Actually, I think I just leave it there every stream. Even if it's not Gems of War stream, I think the link is still there. But, yeah, that link has all the info on that. What do we even need? Oh, I know what we need. I just don't see it anywhere. So we'll go take a brown. Throw this down and hopefully get the red we need. Red is basically the main thing we need to keep spamming to actually function on this team. Throw it down again, hopefully get the red we need, or completely miss. That is not good. Especially with a Valraven at full mana, that is extremely not good. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I have no way of doing anything about that. Okay, good. It went for a skull. Unfortunately, I got a kill, but at least it's not doing its ability. No! Valraven, why? Yeah, that was my biggest concern with this earlier, when it was actually suggested, is that it would be so easy for the Valraven to escape, and that is still the case. especially if it's more towards the back. But the problem with this team is it takes so long to get started. But once it gets started, you instantly win. The problem is if the Valraven gets going before you do, because it only needs 10 mana, whereas you need like 25 to really get started. And you can't silence it either. It has immune to silence. Out of every single thing to have immune to, it does indeed have immune to silence, which is probably the most annoying thing they could have ever given it. Alright, let me go get a... Speaking about silence, let me go get a silence down. I haven't been utilizing that much, but I need to be. So we'll get that down. I don't think we have a Yogway at the moment, but we could easily just wait it out. So we'll go throw that down. He'll do whatever. Get our poke down and go from there. Get that right back down. Get the mana we need. Yogway it if we have it. We don't. I guess we'll move it around and try seeing if we can get it. Move that, move that. Oh, never mind. This whole time we had it in the corner. I didn't even see that there because the Bone Storm was distracting me with its little Bone Storm icon. And there we go. Well, we lost the Valraven, won the battle. Unfortunately, losing the Valraven's like losing 2 battles. So we actually lost 2 battles in that battle we just won. Okay, we'll go take a... Well, let's just start getting our mana up as quickly as possible after what just happened. Not like it matters against a non-Valraven, but still. We gotta take that red, and now we can start hopefully rolling. Nope, didn't get what we need. Oh, well, at least we cascaded quite a bit, and we did extra turn it, so that's at least good. Grab the mana we need, and now we're finally operational. And then we just go into loop, and that's that. No alignment. Yeah, we'll throw that down immediately. Get that going. Double check the board. Yogway it down. Get it down again if we can somewhere. Let's take a skull. Yeah, we'll go into it again. It misses, but it should give us alignment, hopefully. Nope. We'll go take a red. Double check the board. Let me get silence down. Actually, let's just kill it normally. Oh, I could have just taken a skull for that. I didn't even need to do that. We could have kept them alive. Oh well. If nothing else, it helps barrier the more important troops. The other one's kind of there for points. And what's nice about Bounty Hunter is you still get the points for your troops even if they die. All you have to do is win the battle. Nothing else matters other than winning the battle. Nice random extra turn at the end there. And that's match. Oh, never mind. I thought that would be enough damage. Oh well. One more Yogway will do it. Doesn't even matter for the lines. And down it goes. But yeah, rank 67. No way we're hitting that high, but so far so good. Did we get another reward yet? Nope, we'll have one more major orb for later on. But yeah, let me head back to PvP for the rest of the time. I want to save most of that for tomorrow's stream. So, yeah, I'll be probably finishing out the last of those battles tomorrow, for the most part. And that should give us the final 2 rewards. And I'll probably give out redeem codes once we get both of those as well tomorrow. Well, let's just go mess around PvP some. I still don't think I'm at the lowest rank in PvP still, because we haven't even done it yet. I don't think we've even broken 1.9k, because I've been doing it barely at all. Between Bounty Hunter and Raids, I keep doing Bounty Hunter and Raids, and we haven't rarely even touched PvP. Yes, we are ranked 56,351. Hold up, though. That means there's over 56,351 active players playing the game right now, just on PC Mobile. That's not even counting console versions. That's a lot of players. I keep forgetting how many people play this game sometimes. And that's not even counting everyone, because that could be people even more casual than this. And that also doesn't include people that don't even play PvP at all, either because they don't want to or because they're playing extremely casually. But also, this, as I mentioned, this doesn't even count console either. It's just PC Mobile. But yeah, that's a lot. It's definitely a pretty fair amount. Keep forgetting how large that number even is. But anyways, let's go and actually do some PvP, because as I mentioned, we've barely done any, as is pretty easily seeable there. I guess we'll go Queen Titania, why not? From one Yogway team into the next, why not? He's a pretty fun troop to use. He's actually my favorite thing from that kingdom. When that kingdom first came in, he was like the only troop I actually wanted, and he still is pretty much my favorite from that kingdom. That hasn't really changed at all. Still really decent for damage, still really good board control, and just works with quite a few interesting teams. Okay, well, and now he's also one of the best things for Bounty Hunter as well, ever since they added the most recent troop. And we'll throw this down on green, for nothing else, just to get Money Blender operational. Even if Alchemist dies here, it doesn't matter. Ideally, he won't, but it wouldn't make any difference if he did in this instance. So we don't have any alignments here. Well, I guess we do get to use Alchemist. Not for much, though, but we'll go do that on blue to go cascade all that down. No extra turn, but gets us a little bit of value. Well, there he goes. As I mentioned, we didn't really need him. But I do need to go get Moneylender up. So we'll go take that. Oh, I could take in the brown. I didn't actually have to go for that skull. I didn't see we already had a brown just laying there. So we'll go grab that, I guess. Throw a Moneylender down, and oh, they're hitting pretty hard. He is using his standard dragon team, though, which is probably why. Well, this gives him a lot of red, but it's only going to go into that one weapon, so that doesn't really matter much. Oh, you know what? I should have did Queen Titania first and then done that. We already would have won. We wouldn't have gotten an extra turn, but we would have won already. I was looking at the extra turn more than the actual damage, but yeah. Because we could have double killed that with the Queen Titania and then done the Yagwe. And then we would have already won the battle. But oh well. If he somehow wins with that, that would be insane. Prismatic Shard thing, or whatever that thing is called, is one of the worst weapons in the game. Even though it covers every color. It has never really been that good. Maybe when it first came out initially, it was kind of okay. But it has not aged well throughout the game, that is for sure. But yeah, when it first came out, it was kind of iffy. Maybe good, maybe bad, kind of, well, just a maybe kind of weapon. It just never was really that good. But then now in the current state of the game, it's just horrifically bad because so many better options have been added. What's kind of funny though is the one that's cheaper to obtain or easier to obtain earlier on in the game, the Prismatic Orb, is actually better. Even though you get it at half the mastery, I believe you get it at 25 all mastery, whereas the other one, the 20 mana one that we just saw there, that one I believe you get at 50 hero mastery. But the one you get at 25 all hero mastery, the Prismatic Orb, is way better than the one you get later on in the game, which is kind of weird. You'd kind of think it would be the other way around, where the one you would get later on would be the better one, and the one you get early on would not be as good. But no, it's the complete inverse of that. Alright, we'll go get Queen Titania down. Also, I wonder if they're ever going to add another 6-color weapon. They added those 2, but then never touched it again. Because 6-color weapons do have the potential of being ridiculously good. But the current 6-colored weapons that exist don't really get used at all. Prismatic Orb very, very occasionally gets used with something like Rowan. And very, very, even more occasionally sometimes used with Guard's Avatar. But it's more of basically just used as a Rowan exclusive kind of weapon. And that's about it. Like with Rowan, Site-Tight Warrior, some kind of heavy mana generator, and that's pretty much the whole team right there. Do we let him skull us? No. We need to leave Alchemist alive just for a little while. He doesn't need to last that long, but I need him to at least get the double cast off. Actually, we really only need the first cast, but double cast is still useful. Not enough manas yet. No alignments on them either. So we'll go throw that down, get a Moneylender down. And see if we can get a Yagwe or something. Oh, let's go Queen Titania, I guess. Don't even need Yagwe. Yellow. Let's surge on it. There we go. Exactly what we needed. Apparently, I left that for him. That or my move ended up giving that to him. Probably. We're frozen on all that, but we could just go into double cast and we'll pretty much be fine. As long as he doesn't win right now, and he doesn't. So we'll throw that down. Get our heavy damage. Double kill Yagwe, and then we just have the last slot to deal with. Which we could just do a skull into a damage poke. Actually, never mind. We can't do skull yet. But we'll go get the mana we need. Throw that into a Moneylender. And that's everything we need. Get that down. Oops, we lose our turn because he's frozen. Or she's frozen. And that's match. You're using Miststalker instead? Any suggestion for Bounty Hunter? I don't know if Miststalker would have enough damage in Bounty Hunter specifically, in that game mode. In PvP earlier on in the game, or even just in PvP in general, you can kind of get away with it. But the stats are a lot higher in Bounty Hunter. I feel like the best bet if you have no other option for Bounty Hunter, like absolutely nothing to use, try using a Devourer team of some sorts. Because any Devourer you do, you gain the stats of your enemy. So things like Devourer and Barrier are going to be your best friends, because Barrier will block every instance of damage that you incur, as well as you'll be able to go and use the Devourer to basically steal all their stats. You don't get to steal their magic, but every Devourer you do, you claim all of their magic. I mean, you claim all of their attack, armor, and HP. So yeah, some kind of Devourer Barrier team is your best bet. So things like Dragonian Monk, any of the basic Devourers out there, stuff like that are your best bets. Dwarven Gate as well if you need like really cheap barriers. Though Dragonian Monk is, does function a bit better than that. Do we have alignment? Not really, but we'll go and throw it down to blues, I guess. Get that down. Move that over. Throw a purple at it. See if we can get a moneylender going. And there we go. Okay, so let's go throw free Queen Titania. Never mind. We don't have alignment for it. I guess we'll throw Yogg away and just hope something bad doesn't happen. There we go. We can't extra turn on them anyways, so that works out. Get a Alchemist down on something. We ought to lose the turn, so we don't actually need to try saving it. I guess we'll just do it on brown then, since that's the case. And then just throw a moneylender into that. And as long as he doesn't kill that out, and he doesn't, that's matched, because we get all of that mana up this turn. And then we just double cast into the win. So we throw this down first. Oh, it ends our turn. Well, actually, we'll end our turn regardless of if there was 13 or more red, because we're frozen on her. But down it goes, and that's that. Any suggestions for a Fair Shra team? You just got him. For soul farming or just for PvP? For soul farming, it's this team. It's Fair Shra, Dragon Soul, Umbra Wolf fully traded, or a second Azurus. And Azurus. And if you don't have Umbra Wolf and you don't have Azurus traded, if you have neither of them traded, next best bet is double Warlock, because they're very cheap. Basically any double Necromancy that you have laying around. But yeah, just this with a +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow. This isn't for PvP, this is just for Explore and challenges. More so challenges than anything. But yeah, first challenge, Divinian Fields. It's about 30k souls per hour, I think. I forget the exact off of it. But, yeah, this on Warlord 2 difficulty. Actually, apparently we showed this or something similar earlier. But yeah, Dragon Soul, or +2 purple, +1 red with Dragon Soul, Fair Shra, Azurus, Umbra Wolf. And if you don't have Umbra Wolf, do double Azurus. If you don't have double Azurus fully traded, use any double Necromancy. But yeah, everything on this team, or Umbra Wolf, Azurus, and Fair Shra need to all be fully traded. Dragon Soul doesn't need any traits to function. So do with that as you can. And of course, if you don't have Azurus or Umbra Wolf, just Warlocks or any other cheap option. The reason we do it on Warlord 3 is, or Warlord 2 is because that's the lowest difficulty we can one-shot them in, or 3-shot, I mean. We can do a 3-cycle, so all we have to do is triple cast, and that's it. Fortunately, a little bit of a bad starting board, and that's even worse. Well then, we'll go move that over. Take a purple here if we can, and he leaves it for us. We didn't surge it, though. Really horrible start. We'll go grab that, get Dragon Soul rolling. And now we should be good to go, because we have Perpetual Purple Storm going, which will be giving us the purples we need, and should allow us to cycle once we get going. And ideally we'd get that cycle way earlier than that, but yeah, that's pretty much what it does. It can easily win once per minute. A lot quicker than that, actually, but that one was pretty slow. That would definitely be the outlier. But yeah, it wins pretty quick, does decent. And I think we got, like, what, 420 souls for that? Oops, I didn't mean to click Explore. But yeah, first challenge Divinian Fields is the best place to do it. But yeah, don't do it in Explore. You can if you want, but the only issue with Explore is you can sometimes find mythics and legends in here, and on those battles it would be really bad. I guess on this battle it should still pretty much be the same thing. Oh no, it's actually still going to take longer, because we have that guy over there. Oh, I should have threw free Fair Shra. Oh, we still can. Go for that. And now we still win in the same amount of time. Actually, if anything, that almost went quicker. But that wouldn't always happen. Yeah, first challenge Divinian Fields. I keep forgetting there's no repeat button, so you have to go through all the menus. It does take a few seconds, but it's definitely worth it for how much quicker it is. Because you can consistently get a ridiculously easy battle, which is really nice. Alright, just take our purple that we need, full mana because of Azurus, and just move that over just in case, and then just start Dragon Soul spamming, and we'll be good to go. I don't even need to throw Fair Shra, that's kind of pointless, because they're all going to die at the same time, pretty much. And down it goes. But yeah, that's pretty much what you do for soul farming. It's upwards of 30,000 an hour. I forget the exact rate of it, but it's pretty decent. And it's the best single Fair Shra team that you can build. At least for soul farming. But as far as for PvP, I normally just build it into something Gorgoltha related. Normally with like Worldbreaker and stuff. I know that's a little bit towards the expensive side, but you can easily just do it with like some kind of Gorgoltha Dragon Soul team. Like Gorgoltha Dragon Soul Giant Spider Fair Shra or something along those lines. Ends up working out okay. I generally stay away from it in PvP, though, just because it slows down most of the teams it gets put into. It's really a nice single target, but it does go slower than most standard teams. Yes, you can do Warlord 2 with doing a Dragon Soul. I believe you can do it up to Warlord 3 if you put a dragon on your team. Though, unfortunately, there are currently 0 dragons with Necromancy. If they ever added a dragon with Necromancy, it would be extremely overused. Because it'd be insanely good for soul farming. I don't believe they're ever going to add one, though. Because it's actually going to be really, really, really ridiculously strong if they do. Out of anything that could ever get the Necromancy trait, any dragon with a Necromancy would be very over the top as far as how strong it would be. Mainly because of how important that is to soul farming right now. Based on what's currently good. Yeah, I normally do it on Warlord 2 difficulty like you just saw there. If we're going to be doing it like that. Yeah, we'll get a World Breaker in there. And that'll be that. And as you can see for this PvP battle, hey, we get a... oh, wow! We got the biggest possible gold drop we can. Out of nowhere. Well, that's a pretty nice gnome. That is the largest amount of gold you can get from a treasure gnome. It's actually a really rare drop, too. I think this is the 3rd time I've ever gotten it. But yeah, that is really huge. 50,000 gold. Well, that makes up for, I guess, the struggle we were having with the other game modes earlier. But yeah, Arcane into 50,000 gold. That is not too bad at all. Let me screenshot that just for fun. Come on, screenshot. There we go. Oops. There goes 2 screenshots. Apparently the other one was delayed. Yeah, it's not too bad. Also, look at how many rewards we get from one single battle. The screen's starting to get so crowded. How many things do we have here? 1, 2, 3. We don't even have a treasure map either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 if we had a treasure map. That is a lot of things. Anyways, that's that. Is Mythic worth it? For what Mythic? Or for sending what to Mythic? Mythic Wall of Bones, is it worth it? Oh no, Mythic Wall of Bones is not worth it. I think mine's only like ultra rare right now. It's definitely not worth. Let me see, Wall of Bones. If it was Dwarven Gate, I would probably say... Oh, did I just say Ball of... I just did B's instead of W's. Wow. Wall of Bones. I just did Ball of Bones, didn't I? That is not a ball shape. That's funny. Anyways. Yeah, this is definitely not worth mythicking. I'm just leaving it at ultra rare, personally, myself. Just to not overspend on glory. Of course, if you need purple trait stones, I guess stock up a little bit now. Because it's not a completely horrible troop, so if you need a purple, then I guess it's okay. But for the most part, no, I would not bother getting this beyond like ultra rare, maybe epic at the absolute furthest. Dwarven Gate, if this was a Dwarven Gate, I would say it would probably be worth it. Mainly because Dwarven Gate is just so much better than this thing. But no, Wall of Bones is pretty weak for the most part. I have no intention of really using it at all. Even this week, I have basically barely even touched it. It's a nice concept of troop. It's just Dwarven Gate is so much better that I don't really see any reason to use this. Between Queen Jezebel and Dwarven Gate, I just don't really have a purpose for this troop. But earlier on in the game, it's definitely okay. Also, it was pretty funny when we were doing both Dwarven Gate and this wall as well. I'm curious if they're going to make a wall for every color. Currently, they have one for blue and purple. But if they start adding a wall for every color, this will probably be considered one of the weakest walls. Unless the other walls are similarly as weak to this. But if they're scaling it more like how Dwarven Gate is, then the other gates are all going to be better than this, most likely. Whenever they get around to it. Actually, there's technically 3 gates. Because Fortress Gate technically counts as a gate too. Currently, all the gates are Wall of Bones, Fortress Gates, and that's not how you spell it. Fortress, not Forest. Fortress and Dwarven Gates. But yeah, these are currently all the gate-like troops. Though this one doesn't actually give mana to anything else. All this one does is gain armor. It's the weakest one out of all of them. Then there's the next one up, which is Wall of Bones, which is mid-tier out of what currently exists. Though it's still pretty bad. Just gain some armor. A little bit boosted based on all undead around. And then give a bunch of attack and mana to all allies. Of course, it's based on that 5. The mana part is good. The attack part, not so much. Maybe earlier on in the game, that could be pretty substantial, actually. But this late in the game, 5 attack means almost nothing. It does have 25% skull reflect, though Dwarven Gates, 50% reduction is so much better. It has 50% reduction. It has a really decent armor gain, which I believe is even higher than... Oh, no, that's because it's not upgraded. But the main thing that makes this so much better is it gains barrier to everything other than itself, which is an extremely valuable thing because a barrier negates one whole instance of damage. Meaning if they hit like 100, boom, you just stopped 100 damage. If they hit 50, you stop 50. Even if they only hit a 30, you still stopped all 30 of that damage. Also, it's pretty decent against on-skull effects, because let's say they freeze and death mark. Let's say it's a Wraith, and it freezes and death marks whenever it does a skull. If they hit on something that has barrier, it will not freeze and death mark it. It will do 0 damage, and the on-skull effect will not do anything, because it only does something when it does damage. But yeah, Dwarven Gate is really good, or at least as far as gates are concerned. But yeah, those are currently the 3. I wonder if they'll add a red, yellow, and what's the other color? Red, yellow, and that's pretty bad. I don't know the other color. Red, yellow, and green. I still do not have a good memory at all 6 of those colors, apparently. It's because whenever you're, like, forgetting one, I can normally get 5 very easily, but then it's like, okay, what's that 6th color now? But yeah, red, yellow, green, in this case, are the other gates that we would need. Green gate, I would assume, would do something life-related instead of armor. Red gate would probably be some kind of huge attack, or maybe enrage to all other allies or something. And not quite sure what they would do for the yellow gate. Maybe like some kind of... it'd be some kind of support troop, that's for sure. Well, all the gates are technically a support troop. What is a good suggestion for a mana drain team? Depends what you have. Generally, Scion, Spirit Fox, stuff like that's pretty good for drains. If you have some of the bigger ones, Famine is pretty good for it. But yeah, mana drain isn't really that popular anymore ever since they added the mana drain immunity. Because a lot of things now have immune to mana drain off of mana shield, and every elf in the game was given the immune to mana drain. So it's become a lot less popular to use, that is for sure. But yeah, anything with a really heavy mana drain like Famine and stuff, just composing an entire team around those kind of troops is generally pretty nice. Also, just using Nyx Loop alone is pretty good mana drain. Using what's it? Farce Troll with Nyx is one of the strongest drain spam teams in the game right now. Even though it only uses 1 drainer, you could just keep spamming Nyx over and over again. And the whole team is basically just Farce Troll Nyx, and you just fill into 2 other troops, like a Kraken or Dawnbringer or some kind of other really heavy troop that uses either green or blue. It drains all mana on its cast, and it creates blues equals to that much drain. And you can loop it with a Farce Guardian just to get it infinitely, which works out quite nicely. They actually had to nerf her to 14 mana cost, and they got rid of her immune to mana drain in the most recent patch. And even then, she's still used pretty often. Let's see. When exploring, is the chance to get trait stones more higher? The difficulty? No. Difficulty never affects trait stone drop rate. The only thing that affects trait stone drop rate is if you are or are not an explorer. That's the only thing that ever affects it. If you are an explorer, it's higher. By 2 times to 3 times. And if you're not, it's just the standard rate. But yeah, difficulty has 0 effect on it. Same as with gnomes and stuff. Your difficulty has no effect on the loot you get from gnomes. The only thing that has effect on the loot specifically from gnomes is if you're under level 100 or not. For whatever reason, when you're under level 100, you get slightly less rewards from gnomes. I found that out earlier on my other account when he was under level 100 and we weren't getting the full reward. But I was noticing as we leveled that it was scaling proportionately. How in the world do you get so much glory? That glory has been accumulated for about a year to a year and a half now. If you look at my videos over time, it's just slowly been growing and growing and growing. But yeah, the current amount of glory I have is the most glory I've ever had. I'm trying to get 500,000 before I dump it. I'm not dumping it until 10-star kingdoms start to get added to the game. Once 10-star kingdoms start coming in, I'll probably be basically fully maxing out everything that ever gets available through glory. But yeah, until then, I'm basically saving it. And it is a goal of mine to reach 500,000. I'm not planning on reaching 1 million, though. I highly doubt we'll ever reach that far. For souls, it's pretty easy. Actually, for souls, it's ridiculously easy. You could technically farm in like 20 hours if you really wanted to. Glory, not so much. Glory takes forever to actually farm up. But yeah, that's just accumulated over a long period of time. That's the only reason why we have so much. I believe the highest glory rate you can get per hour is only around 600 to 1,000, if I'm not mistaken, is about how much glory you can get per hour. So at best, it would take, on average, probably 150 hours at minimum, probably even more than that, to reach that much glory. And that's assuming you're spending 0 glory and using like the best methods to get glory, like treasure hunt constantly over and over again, or +5 glory PvP events. Those are the 2 best instances where you can gain the most amount of glory. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. We will be back tomorrow morning in about 13 hours from now. And we're going to be streaming Bounty Hunter, answering questions, messing around with stuff, and all that good stuff. Nothing new's coming in, but of course we'll just be messing with the not new game mode, but you know, the second time Bounty Hunter's ever around. So I do want to go and get the last little bit of rewards from that. Hopefully we'll get some good major orbs from it. And if nothing else, at least we'll have a little bit of fun just tearing them apart. Other than that, we'll just kind of mess around with some things in PvP and give out some redeem codes, as we always do. Other than that, as well, we'll be back same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow night, just to do the standard raids and dungeon and mess around with a few teams. And other than that, Sunday night we'll probably go over the new troops on Monday that are going to be coming in. As far as big things coming up in the near future, I don't believe there are too many, because we just got done with both the 2 normal monthly things. We just got a fair Shra twice over. So, yeah, we still have a few weeks before anything really big happens. Actually, I think the next big thing might actually be in the next patch, if I'm not mistaken. We don't know exactly when that's coming around, but probably sometime by the end of this month, maybe. They never confirmed, but there is a chance by the end of April or very, very early May, we will be getting the next patch. And, of course, that's a few weeks from now. So that might be the next big thing that actually happens. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. If I'm not mistaken, next patch isn't bringing anything too big, but they have been spoiling some things lately, so it might be bigger than I actually think it is. We'll have to see. No, I think it should be a mini patch. It's one of the little smaller in-between patches, but sometimes in-between patches can still have some pretty big content in it. But we'll see when it comes around. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. I will see you all later. Have a good night, and goodbye, everyone.